I will be teaching you Power BI using crypto as a data source. I'll be using Power BI using crypto as a data source. This is the 4th video of a 16 video series. This particular video series I'm going to be using as one of the reports, or one of the reports that you'll be creating in a Power BI portfolio in my live event here in Dallas on May 1st and 2nd. And that live event is called Power of the BI Live. Now, it's going to be held at the Omni Hotel, so let me just back up. Let me just slow down and give you more information on that. I'll be teaching Power BI. It live. It's called Power of the BI Live at the Omni Hotel in Dallas on May 1st and 2nd. Now, if you'd like to attend that event, you'd like to participate in that event, go over to my website, powerofthebi.com, go up to courses and select Power of the BI Live Dallas. With that said, I am using this particular video, along with 15 other videos in this 16 video series as part of the report that you'll be creating in your portfolio. Now you say, well, hey, if you're going to be teaching in the Power of the BI Live, I don't have to come to Power of the BI Live because I'm already learning how to create a Power BI report using this crypto. And you're exactly right. So, I'm not trying to beat anybody over the head. You do not have to attend, because you can learn Power BI just by going to my YouTube, actually, just going over to YouTube and selecting all of my different videos, and you can learn Power BI. And then you can actually build a Power BI report with several of the business reports that I have there. In addition to, I have this particular report, which is the cryptocurrency report, which is a live report. If you haven't been following along in this series, what I would encourage you to do is go over and watch the other videos to get caught up. What you can do is you can actually download Power BI, which is free. You can download Power BI, which is free, from the Microsoft website. And when you download Power BI, again, it's totally free. You will be able to follow along in this series with me. So if you haven't already done that, or if you need more instructions on previous video, I did explain or did show you how to go over to Power BI, or where to go in Google and then go to download Power BI desktop. So we are not going to spend too much time here today. This video is again, it's one of 16 videos. We've had 3 previous videos already. And basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be creating another visualization using Power BI. In the previous video, I went through and I showed you where the visuals are actually coming from when we create a Power BI report. And those visuals, let me get myself out of the way and come over. Let's actually go down a little bit. So the visuals are actually over here. It's called the visualizations pane. We're going to close this pane here, which is the filters pane. We're going to close that because we may need it, may not need it. Not necessarily totally sure right now if we're going to need it or not. But what we do is we come over to the visualizations pane, and these are all of the different visuals that we select from the visualizations pane. I went over the first row in the previous video of the different types of visuals that were there. In this video, I am going to go just to give you an idea of what these visuals are. So on the second row, we have the line chart, and actually I like going from right to left for some reason, but I'm going to go from left to right in this video. We can create a line chart visual. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this bar chart a little smaller so we can actually bring in those videos, so you can get an idea of what they look like and how to bring them in. So we've got the line chart, we've got the area chart, and it came in a little bigger, so I'm going to make it a little smaller. We have the stacked area chart here, and we may look at the stacked area chart in this series, not necessarily sure, but that's the stacked area chart if you decide to use that visual. Then we have the 100% stacked column chart with a line in it. It's 100% stacked column chart, line chart, so it's a combo chart. The stacked area chart is a combo chart as well. Let's see here, let's make a little bit more space. I don't want to take out our bar because that's what we have built up to at this point. So I'm going to keep that in here. Just give you an idea of what these different charts look like. And of course, these grayed out areas, they just look grayed out again, as I said before in the previous video, because they don't have any data in them. Once we place data in them, then they'll get color just as we have in the bar chart, as we have in the column chart. We'll get some color in the table visual as well, but it's going to be more of a formatting deal there because the table is just a table, just like if you put data inside of a Excel spreadsheet or some other type of table format, it's pretty static unless you format it a little bit. And we will be formatting this one somewhat. And then the last one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got the stacked line. The last one we have here is going to be the line and clustered column chart. And I want to click inside here to make sure I don't change any visuals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got the line clustered column. We've got the line and stacked column, which is here. Then we have, so it looks like we missed something. Oh, the 100% stacked area, because we have this is going to be the stacked area chart. Then we have the 100% stacked area, which is pretty much the same, but it's just a little extra nuance to it. Not necessarily going to go back and add that in because we run out of space here anyway. Then we have the area chart and we have the line chart, which, if you had 5th, 6th grade math, that, these are all different charts that you would create in probably this spring semester of 5th and 6th grade math. So, if anybody's over 5th and 6th grade, I'm pretty sure you're over 5th and 6th grade, you are familiar with these types of visuals. Now, some of the other ones are a little different. You may not know a whole lot about them, but for the most part, they're the same. It's off. Yeah. So here we have, we're going to remove all of the different visuals here because we don't necessarily need them. And we're just going to delete them. So where we ended up in the last video was that we were building out with the bar chart. And with the bar chart, we simply said that, hey, if we rotated the bar chart 90 degrees, it would be a column chart. And as we see down here, if we rotate this particular visual, it will look just like the column chart. And what I did when you saw the different bars move, I'm just scrolling on my mouse, and now we're looking at different cryptocurrencies here. So with these different cryptocurrencies, now we see what the different values are. And then the most expensive of all, the highest value of all the cryptocurrencies is going to be Bitcoin. And let's see, let me move myself again so you can see, because on the column chart, we're using the actual value, the actual price of cryptocurrency. And we see that Bitcoin is the most expensive, or has the highest value when it comes to cryptocurrency. But when we look at it by 1 hour percentage, and I don't want to use the sum of 1 hour percentage, I actually want to do an average. Anytime we're looking at percentages, we pretty much want to use average. So I'm going to change that from sum to average. And when we're looking at cryptocurrency by the 1 hour percent change, that's saying that it changes every 1 hour, we see that just because it has the highest value, those down here that have the highest values don't necessarily mean that they're going to have the highest 1 hour percent change, which means that you can probably make more money over time if you invested in Bitcoin. Just by looking at this, again, let me say this. This is not a video in giving you advice on buying and selling cryptocurrency. This is the video in showing you how to create analysis using creating analysis reporting analysis using cryptocurrency as a data source. So using it as a data source, I can see that using it as a data source to evaluate, analyze, how cryptocurrency is moving, and what are some opportunities. When I look at the actual cost, when I look at the actual value, I can see that investing over time, Bitcoin probably has had the biggest payoff because it's worth more. But if I invested over 1 hour and I wanted to make a quick move in 1 hour, I see that this particular cryptocurrency, which is saying OWBOW, BOW, not necessarily sure what that is. Now again, if you look at the end where it has buy at the end, we're gonna take that buy. We're gonna take that buy at the end off of each one of these cryptocurrencies as we get further into building this report. But right now, when I brought the data in, it just has buy at the end, BUY. That's not part of the name. But as part of the name, for the 1 hour percent, the cryptocurrencies that are changing, that has the highest 1 hour percent change, OWBOW has the highest value in the 1 hour percent change. So if you invested a sum of money into that particular crypto, and made a buy or a sale, depending on what you were doing, it had the highest 1 hour percent change. And today we're actually going to look at another metric. So this metric we looked at 1 hour percent change. Another metric, the first metric we looked at was the actual value of the cryptocurrency. And in the original video, we looked at just creating a table as the table was in the actual data source. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to give us some space so that we can bring in so that we could bring in another visual, because right now we are out of space. Let's see here. One thing that I do like to do when I create Power BI reports is I really don't like to do the hard edges. I actually like to do rounded corners. I'm not necessarily going to go into the rounded corners right now. We'll do that. We'll do that as we format here a little later in maybe another video or two. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what that does. I think I just hit the wrong button. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make a little space here so that we can make room for our next visual. Let me get myself out of the way. And the next visual we are going to use is going to be let's do a line chart. A line chart is pretty simple. So of course, again, when I say 5th and 6th grade math, I mean, I actually taught 5th and 6th grade math. So, I do know that, creating a line chart, bar chart, line charts, bar charts, and column charts, and pie charts. We may do a pie chart later, not necessarily sure. But I know that line charts, column charts, and bar charts are pretty standard with 5th grade math. So here's the deal: if you understand 5th grade math, you pretty much understand building a Power BI report, at least up until this point, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into the open space, because as you know before, if we click on one of the visuals, it will change that actual visual. And then when I double clicked, it actually brought in another visual that I really don't want. So I'm just going to delete that visual. But now I'm in the open space and I am going to select the line chart. And then the line chart is going to fill that open space. Just as we did before. Let's see, let's move me around just a little bit. What we did before was we've been using the name and then a particular metric for the cryptocurrency visualizations. And that's the same thing that we're going to do again. And for those out there that are on Instagram, I want to say thank you for joining in. I mean, I know it's early in the morning. If you got any questions. So here's the deal. If you're out there on Instagram and you're curious as to where we are. So what we're doing is we are actually going live on YouTube. We're actually live right now on YouTube. So if you go over to powerofthebi.com and you select, you go to powerofthebi.com, on YouTube, powerofthebi.com, you will see that we are actually literally live right now, building out this Power BI report. So if you would like to go live with us here in the future, all you have to do, or you can just go over to Power BI, you go to YouTube right now with the powerofthebi.com. But if you'd like to go live with us in the future, what you will need to do is, well, if you want to follow along with this, you can go to Google, download, go to Google, search go to Google, search Power BI Desktop. It'll take you to the official Microsoft webpage for Power BI, and then you just download Power BI, and then open it up, and just let me know. I'll send you over the you can go to the first video, and you can start from there, from building out your Power BI report, because you will be able to follow along as I've been going through this over the past. Right now we're at the 4th video. So again, that's all you have to do. Any questions, send me a message. But right now we are live. We are really live here on Power of the BI. Power of the BI on YouTube. Anyway, so what we're doing here is, let me say this real quick. So I am a newbie to this cryptocurrency arena, and I am really trying to see how this thing really works. So what I did was, on the YouTube thumbnail, I actually put my Bitcoin QR code on there. So for any of you guys out there that are already in the crypto world, you're already in Bitcoin, and this report is really helping you, or you feel that this report is going to help you in any way, analyze, the decisions and the moves you make when it comes to crypto, when it comes to Bitcoin. Hey, if you think this is really helping you out, it's going to be able to help you out, scan the QR code and just send me just a little Bitcoin, a little fraction, a fraction of a Bitcoin. Not looking for a whole coin. I mean, we think that we're looking at $67,000, just a little fraction, $5, $10 of a Bitcoin, just to say, hey, you're feeling good. Whether it be $1 or $2, it don't matter to me. I just want to see if this thing really works. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if scanning the QR code and I can really get transfer digital currency via transfer digital currency via my wallet that I've got set up. Anyway, we'll let that go. But again, for those that have come in late or just jumped on, I am holding an event on May 1st and 2nd in Dallas, and that event is called Power of the BI Live Dallas. If you want to attend, all you have to do is go over to my website, powerofthebi.com, go up to courses, select Power of the BI Live Dallas, and right now we do have an early bird special that's going on. But what's probably even more important right now is, if you're really intending on coming, you should go over to the Omni Hotel website and make your reservations. The cost for the event is not included in the cost for the hotel. Now, we are having 2 social events that are going to be included at the end of each day, but the actual hotel itself, the actual reservation itself, it is not included. So you need to go to the Omni Hotel Dallas. I believe there are 2 Omni hotels in the Dallas area. It's actually the Omni Downtown Dallas. The Omni Hotel that's downtown Dallas is the one that you will be making a reservation for. But anyway, let's get right back over into what we are in here for right now. So we're going to be creating a line chart in Power BI using cryptocurrency. And basically, before we use the name for each one of the visuals, before we use the name, and then we use a particular metric, and we are not going to change that, because that could kind of be a little spooky when we make major changes. Give me a little drink of water here. So what we are going to do is, man, excuse me. We are going to find name, and I just need to move myself around again. And name is going to be down here again, and we're going to move name to the x-axis. And when we bring name to the x-axis, what we are going to be looking at today is going to be, we looked at 1 hour percent change in the previous visual, but let's compare 1 hour percent change to 24-hour percent change. And again, when we're looking at percentages, typically we don't like to look at sums of percentages. We like to look at averages of percentages. So I'm going to change from sum to average. And now we can see that the highest percent change in 1 hour was OWBOW, B. But as we see, it starts going down over time. So initially we were looking at the 1 hour percent change. Now we're going into the 24-hour percent change. So when we go to 24-hour percent change, we now see that the 1 hour gets closer to the 24-hour right at, looks like that's Bitcoin Cash, but right here at AEIETLF, that particular coin, now we're right on, we're spot on. Let's do this. Let's take off the 1 hour average and let's just do the 24-hour percentage, and we can see that there's a pretty quick drop. There's a pretty quick drop and pretty consistent now when we are looking at all the coins moving forward. So the 24-hour percent change is pretty constant, as we can see. But when we had the 1 hour percent change, there was something interesting with the 1 hour percent change where we had several coins that had pretty big changes, percent changes, when it came to the 24 hour, to the 1 hour. Now, again, let's bring the 24-hour back in. Let's change that from sum to average. And let's change the sum from 1 hour percent change to average. And let's just see how this thing is looking over a period of time. So we see that everything is dropping as we get more hours, more time into the coin. But then we get this particular coin here actually had a spike. The game company. The game company actually had a bigger percent change in the 24-hour mark than really the rest of the currencies. Don't know why, but if you got whoever is invested in the game company, you may want to check into that to see what exactly was going on there. Looks like there could be a win, could be a loss, depending on, but there's something that's going on here that wasn't happening at the 1 hour percent change mark. At the 1 hour percent change, there was 0% change. But at the 24-hour percent change, there was 22.0%, 22.08% change with the game company. So, the game company, I'm not saying that's something you want to go buy. I'm not saying it's something you want to go sell. I'm just saying that if you're interested in cryptocurrency, that's something you might want to take a look at just to analyze what's going on. And again, we're not looking at all cryptos. We're only looking at, I believe, 515 different currencies. We will be adding more currencies as we build out this report. But let's see here. So I don't really, in these 515, I don't really see anything else that's drastically changing. So with that, now we are able to see, let me move myself around just a little bit. We're able to see the value of the top five, well, I say the top 515, but the value of 515 coins. We're able to see the 1 hour percent changes of 515 coins. We're able to evaluate or analyze the 1 hour compared to the 24-hour percent change of 515 coins. and we have these coins listed so that we can see, you know, what's going on. Because when I say listed, you know, when we make changes on different visualizations in Power BI, we can see that those changes affect, or they have interactions with other visualizations, with the other visualizations on the report. Then we can double click and everything else, then it will all come back in. So with that said, that's where we are. Again, this is video number 4 of a 16 video series. Again, this is going to be part of the report that we're going to be creating for Power BI Live in Dallas on May 1st and 2nd. So if you're interested in building out a report like this or building out other reports, because we're going to build out at least 3 reports for your specific portfolio for those that participate in Power BI Live. So if you're interested in participating in Power BI Live May 1st and 2nd in Dallas, again, go over to my website, powerbi.com, go up to courses and select Power BI Live Dallas. Early bird is going on. If you like what we've got going on here, please donate via Bitcoin. Scan the QR code on the YouTube on the thumbnail, and you know that'll let me know that I should be creating and more videos like this, because this is something that you really are benefiting from. With that said, thank you for joining in, and I look forward to seeing you win again in the next video.